So I am Nanci Oehrlein, and because of this particular event, I found out that I am a cancer survivor. I'm not saying I disassociated, but it wasn't until I saw that above my name on the flyer that I realized, yeah, because I'm pretty recent. Any other cancer survivors here in the room? Woo! Yes! Yeah, and it's a really good thing. People can get behind survivor. It's when you're a cancer patient, they get a little bit more confused. They don't know quite what to do with you. And the disassociation, I think it kind of helped me when I was going through my 1.5 year long journey as a patient. I'm not saying, that I disassociated, but I did. So I used to drive myself to chemotherapy because my husband can't drive. And it was sleeting. I came home, a particularly tough round, dragged myself in the door, and my husband says, "Honey, why didn't you valet park?" And I said, "That's for sick people." Yeah, that's kind of how I operate. But when you're a cancer patient, one of the things I notice that people do, they just don't know what to do for you. Some of them say very insincerely, "Let me help you," and then they just ghost you. So I have a surefire method to handle them, and that is you text them. So after every round of chemo, I would text those handful of people that were not helpful, and I would say, "You are the best. It's because of you. I'm so inspired." And ladies and gentlemen, I had 16 rounds of chemotherapy, so I really look forward to it each and every time. I swear my one cousin changed her phone number. It's okay, Janine, I'll get you. That's her name too. That's her name too. Anyway, I also have some unique things going on in my life. I've got a husband, and he is on the heart transplant list. We moved here specifically from New York to get him on the heart transplant list, so obviously we are fun at parties. Yeah, I can tell you all about chemotherapy, my biopsies, and my double mastectomy, and my husband can tell you how much sodium is in your appetizers. And then, if you're really lucky, he'll ask you your blood type. Now I know that can be a little bit creepy, just a little. So I only let him do that if you're a gentleman, 6 foot tall, and ride a motorcycle. In which case, if you're O negative, we'll pay your bar tab and give you a ride home. I just love Pennsylvania, mostly for the no helmet law. Yeah, when I'm riding down the highway and I spot me a motorcyclist, just makes me want to randomly go up to them and open my car door on them. Because I can. I can totally get away with it too. Between this innocent face and my new cancer survivor bumper sticker, there is not a police officer in the United States of America that's going to think I did that on purpose. Not a one, not a one. Now my husband and I, as I said, we're kind of an experience. People come innocently into our house and they think we're normal. Hey, go grab yourself a drink in the refrigerator, and you reach in and you might accidentally grab an IV bag because my husband has gone IV heart medication, he gets it pumped. Mondays are really busy in my house. Oh yeah, so we have the nurse that comes to check that PICC line. We got people come and drop off these supplies. And then there are the blood people. That's what I call them. It doesn't sound very good, does it? Right? They pick up the blood. For some bizarre reason, the nurse is not allowed to take that blood sample anywhere. It has to be these special blood people that come. And there's a ton of communication. There's all these calls. I'm an hour out. I estimate I will be there at 2 to 3 p.m. And then there's another one, I'm 15 minutes away. So we always know they're coming. And my job on Mondays is to make sure that I take the blood sample that's in our refrigerator. Everything's in the fridge, I don't know. I have to take that blood sample and give it to the blood person. So the doorbell rings one day, I'm on a call, I'm not paying attention, I grab the blood, this is my job, run to the front door, open it up, shove the bag, go, "Thanks, blood guy." Not blood guy. Someone trying to sell us lawn chemicals. I think I scarred him for life. I was so shocked. So, and there are benefits to being a patient. One of them is that I got a lot of gifts. If you're ever in doubt what to do for a cancer patient, you send them a little gift. It doesn't even have to be expensive. It's just like the thought that matters. I got so many gifts that people thought I was dating a UPS man. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I maybe bumped back my double mastectomy a week. So that it landed in October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It did. I really doubled up my score. And we are keeping score. My husband and I, we call our little competition that we've got going on, well, he calls it heart versus cancer. But let's be honest, it's cancer versus heart, okay? I mean, when you watch television, look at the spokespeople that I have for cancer. I've got the poor little cancer kids that are bald and sick, and then who does he have for heart? He's got the prototypical selfish 50-year-old man that didn't diet or exercise. I win every time. We have another variation off that game where it's called I Take That. And that's when a prescription drug medicine commercial comes on. Yeah, you don't even have to take it. It just has to be about your illness. So I've been scoring pretty good lately. But I do have to watch out because my husband's been on that heart transplant list a year. So when this happens, we're gonna, maybe he'll get some more gifts. Maybe that UPS man will come back. But in the meantime, I don't want you to think that I don't worry about my husband. I do, because, if he doesn't make it to the heart transplant, what happens, he might not make it, he might drop dead. And if that does happen, folks, it's probably gonna be in Costco. It's our favorite store. We're there all the time. It's really close to the house. So I have questions. What if that did happen? Unfortunately, what would happen? Would they just, it's a big store, a lot of people. Would they just say, "Hey, it's okay, he's fine," and kind of drag him out? But more importantly, what about my cart? It's full of stuff. Is it tacky if I ask to come back later and pick it up? You see, now you've got the question sitting in your mind as well. Yeah. Well, those are my questions, but this is all part of my therapy, right? Because I don't think that these questions that I have in my situations, I don't think they're socially acceptable. I don't really think that they are. So I come here and I talk to you, and then I don't do any of those bad things. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You've been great.